I used Iman Gadzhi's monk mode to transform my life in 30 days. During this period of transformation, I was able to significantly increase my results and also able to learn more about myself, which is not always the easiest because I've been working on myself obsessively for a little over a decade now. So if I was able to get great results after over 10 years of self-improvement, just think about the results you're going to experience. Make sure to watch to the end, because if you're looking to improve your life, this is a video you need to watch. So before I go over what I experienced on my 30 days of monk mode, I want to explain just exactly what monk mode is for you guys. You see, monk mode is basically a practice that people will do when they want to cut out excess or distractions in their life. Just think of a monk. I mean, you probably get images of a bald man in your mind, living a peaceful lifestyle at some type of temple, meditating. Now, monk mode isn't exactly like that, but it is similar. Because when you practice monk mode, you are temporarily removing anything in your life that may not be the best for you. So you can do one thing. And that one thing is to reset your life and get it moving in the right direction. This reset is achieved by the removal of the countless distractions and noise we have surrounding us 24/7 that causes us to become lost and lose who we truly are. Practicing monk mode allows you to remember who you truly are and what you really want in life. Another way you can think of monk mode is thinking of it as a fast. While fasting, you cut out certain foods for a period of time. Monk mode allows your life as a whole to reset or detox, so you can live a healthier lifestyle in the future. Now, just like a fast wouldn't last forever, monk mode is meant to be a temporary thing that you do for a predetermined amount of time. In my case, I decided to do it for 30 days, honestly just to see what I would experience. And after 10 plus years of self-improvement, I can happily say I wasn't disappointed. But now that you know what monk mode is, I want to talk to you about what exactly Iman Gadzhi's version of monk mode is, because the way he practices it is mainly by going in 30-day intervals and choosing to eliminate or practice certain types of behaviors that he calls non-negotiables and variables for the duration of the time he's choosing to practice monk mode for, which is usually around 21 to 90 days. So non-negotiables would be things you do every time you include monk mode, while variables would be things you include in one specific monk mode duration. He also tries to only include up to 3 non-negotiables and up to 3 variables to keep monk mode simple and prevent yourself from burning out, from placing too much heavy restrictions on yourself. For example, his non-negotiables are 10-minute meditation every single day, 30-minute exercise every day, and no alcohol or weed for 30 days. His variables, on the other hand, from previous monk modes, includes praying once a day, placing a 45-minute screen time limit every day, and practicing a carnivore diet, to name a few. You get the point. Basically, his version of monk mode is a lot more structured and easy to follow compared to the standard version of monk mode that doesn't have much structure to it, which is why I was attracted to it, and I decided to try it out. Personally, I decided beforehand that out of the 21 to 90 days of monk mode that he suggests, I would try out 30 days and see where I am at the end of the month, and decide if I wanted to continue. So my non-negotiables during monk mode ended up being to meditate and visualize every day for about 20 minutes, to cut out gaming completely, and to work out 3 times per week. And my variables were practicing no fat, limiting my social media screen time usage to an hour max per day, and to pray every day. So now that you know what exactly monk mode is, and what exactly Iman Gadzhi's version of monk mode is, why should you do monk mode? Well, if you're the type of person who honestly feels lost or feels like they don't have much desire to do much in life, or just honestly doesn't even know what they want to do in life, monk mode is exactly for you. I mean, it's super easy to go about our life and just be distracted and let things take us here and there. But monk mode is that thing in your life that allows you to be solid in where you are, and to be able to look outside at your surroundings and be like, where do I want to go? A perfect analogy I could give you on how it feels to be on monk mode is when you're not on monk mode, it's almost like you're a boat that's being moved along with the wind, and you're not in much control of where you want to go. But when you start to practice monk mode, it's like you stop your boat and you put out your anchor. And so your boat just stays in one place. So it gives you time to really look around your surroundings and decide where you want to go next. And there is so much value in doing this, because it's so easy in our lives to just live everywhere but the present. I mean, balancing what we ourselves want to do with work, school, family, friends, entertainment, and all the other things that distract us from who we really are and what we really want to do. I mean, it's the reason why most people don't even know what they want to do, because most people don't take the time to just relax, anchor their ship, and figure out who they are and what they want to do and where they want to go based off of that. But this isn't the only benefit of monk mode. I mean, I would think that one of the biggest benefits is it's a dopamine detox depending on how you use it. And if you don't know what a dopamine detox is, I mean, it's basically eliminating high dopamine inducing habits. And I'm sure you guys know some of them. I mean, porn being one of them, drugs being another, gaming being another, excessive social media usage being another, and the list just goes on. Depending on the way you structure your monk mode, you might even be cutting these out or limiting the usage on them, which means you're reducing the amount of dopamine hits you're getting. And what does this do? It makes you feel bored. And I know some of you are probably like, well, why would I want to feel bored? But that's exactly what you should want to feel. Because when you feel bored, it makes you want to do something. And when you don't have any of these distractions causing you to just waste your energy, guess where your energy goes? It starts to go in places you want it to go. I mean, even with me, there's so many distractions in my own life too. So when I heard of Iman Gadzhi's monk mode, I immediately was like, you know what? I want to try this because I want to see what I'll experience on it. Because everyone can benefit from taking 21 to 90 days to cut out all distractions in their life so they can find who they are again. Which leads me into my next point, because after 30 days of monk mode, I was able to see specific changes week by week that helped me refocus my life and gain a better understanding of my life and how I was living it. But if you have any brief questions or comments, let me know exactly what you want to know in the comments below, and I'll try and answer it. Or if you really want to take the next step that will guarantee you have a successful monk mode, you can always sign up for one-on-one coaching with me in the links below. I've also created a free ebook called Your Hero's Journey that I made to specifically help you understand the 10 secret stages of success everyone goes through when working to achieve their goals. Understanding these 10 secret stages will allow you to identify exactly where you are in your journey, how to move forward, and what you should expect on the path to achieving your dreams. You can find both these links in the description or the pinned comment down below. Now, what did I personally experience after doing 30 days of Iman Gadzhi's monk mode? So in my experience, week 1 was literally the hardest week. Obviously, during this week, you cut out all the things that you say you're gonna cut out from monk mode. So for me, I cut out gaming, which is a big hobby of mine. I started doing nofap again, and I limited my social media screen time to an hour. So pretty much once I had finished my hour of social media, and that feeling of like, what do I do now, really gets you the first week. You feel bored and you feel antsy. But this is good because it's this boredom and this question of what do I do now that makes you find other things to do. And these things, in my experience, were things that actually were helping me and not distractions that may be fun in the moment, but don't actually end up contributing anything to your life. In week 2, things got a lot easier. I started to figure out what to do with all the extra time I had, which for me at least translated to more productive activities, like spending time with friends, reviewing my life and ways that I can optimize what I'm currently doing in order to get to my goals faster, working on my business, and listening to audiobooks. These were just some of the things that I implemented during the second week, but if I was to sum the second week up, for me at least, it was really a time of figuring out new productive things that I could replace the old habits that I cut out with. By week 3, most of the urges to do the things that I had cut out had pretty much left, and I actually was becoming used to the boredom that had been plaguing me since the first week. In fact, not only that, but that antsy feeling pretty much left entirely because by this time I had figured out other things to do and other things to replace my time with. But the biggest benefit of week 3 that I experienced was that I became a lot more clear-headed. There's something about just cutting out most of your distractions that keep you in this state of fogginess that really helps you. And by this time, I felt sharp. Like, I don't know how to specifically explain it to you guys, but I felt sharp. My thoughts were sharp. I became a lot more creative. I was getting so many ideas for videos, for things just to do in my life, and for ways just to improve my quality of life. At this point for me, monk mode stopped feeling like much of a hassle and actually started to feel like a benefit. Now at week 4, surprisingly, the urges that I had cut out at week 1 started to come back, but they were different this time. At this point, I had been going almost 30 days without doing them. When they came up, it was very easy for me to be like no, or just to go do something else. So they weren't as strong as before. I also felt like I didn't need to do them, or I didn't even care to do them. They felt like if I want to, I'll do them, but I don't want to, so I'll just go do something else. Also, a big thing that I experienced in week 4 was the boredom going away. I have this personal theory that because I was so used to a high level of dopamine stimulation before with all the things that I was doing, that I was used to on that level. So when I stopped doing those things, my brain was expecting that level of dopamine stimulation. But over time, that level of dopamine stimulation went down to where now what I was doing, although you could say it was more boring and less fun, I didn't see it as that anymore. I found it to be fun and normal. And this is a really big benefit, in my opinion, that you guys will experience by week 4. To just be able to do simple things and enjoy them and not need anything crazy to make you feel good or feel happy or feel excited. So after the 30 days were complete, I would say that I was able to learn some really great lessons that really just involved the value of taking time to detox, not just physically, but mentally too. And that's what monk mode really is. It's just a mental detox from everything distracting you in your life. So it gives you a time to just really look at your life and figure out how you can move forward. I also learned that I had done multiple monk modes in the past without even realizing it. This is the first one that I actually did that was structured in such a way that I knew I was doing monk mode, but I also realized that every single time I did those monk modes in the past, my productivity increased, and those were some of the periods that I was able to grow the most. So I realized that I had always been doing monk modes without even realizing it, which makes me now realize that in the future, if I want to have a period of time that I want to boost my productivity, well, maybe I'll just do a 30, 60, or 90-day monk mode to get that level of increased productivity. But the best lesson I learned that I think will help you guys too is that we don't need all this fancy stuff in our lives. I mean, we have so many distractions around us, ranging from games to porn to entertainment like TV, movies. And if we don't get this level of distraction every single day, we almost feel like afraid, or what are we gonna do, or that we're gonna be bored. But we'll adapt. So you shouldn't be afraid of taking some time off of these things. In fact, taking some time off of these things might be exactly what you need. So with all that being said, am I going to re-up on my 30 days of monk mode and go for 60? I don't think I am, mainly because I've already been doing self-improvement for so long that I'm at a point where I'm already very successful in my routine and the things I'm doing, while also having my little fun activities on the side. Now, if I was in a state where I felt like I needed to really figure out what I wanted in life and really figure out or get rid of things that are hurting me in life, I would 100% be going 60 days, probably 90 days. And if you're in that state, I recommend you go for a longer time too if you're gonna practice this. But where I am currently, I just did this for fun, and I enjoyed the experience and learned a lot. And I know that sometime in the future, I'm definitely gonna be doing another monk mode. So I'm definitely glad I did it. So after 30 days of trying out Iman Gadzhi's monk mode, would I recommend it to you guys? Hell yes. Obviously, 100% I would recommend it to you guys. And if you're just curious about it, I would say 30 days is the sweet spot. I mean, it might seem like a long time, but as you're practicing it, it really goes by quickly. And once you get to the end of that 30 days, if you feel like you got what you needed, stop it. But if you feel like you can go more, then keep going. And like I said, guys, I personally don't recommend going past 90 days as I feel like that's just a long time to restrict yourself. But hey, if you feel like you need it, then definitely do it. And I promise you that if you feel like you should try it out, you should try it out, because you're going to learn so much more about yourself. And hey, it's just 30 days at the end of the day. What's there to lose? But not only do I recommend you try out monk mode, I also recommend you check out this video, which is going to help you understand even more about yourself and teach you how to turn yourself from a boy into a man.